Salam. You wanna talk them talk? First of all, how you been? It's Thursday. We're literally at our school right now.
I mean, it's chill. I mean, not bad. Everything cool, chill.
So how? I know it's your first year at Walnut Hills, and a lot of people in Cincinnati they know that Walnut Hills is like hot, like take place for like Habeshas especially. So first of all, where do you finish first semester? So like, how would you sum up your first semester here at Walnut Hills? I would say
first semester. All right, first semester. I'd say it was like really fun. Because like your teachers, they wouldn't really set boundaries on what you could do because it was your first year, right? It was like the beginning, but like once it like second quarter, I started taking stuff more seriously, you know.
So you summed up your first semester to be, you were kind of like you said you were kind of being goofy. Like, what do you mean by that?
Like I wasn't taking like teachers seriously. Like when they say, oh, you finna be kicked out the rotunda or lab or library. Yeah. I just keep on goofing off. Like
the librarians, bro, dude, they're man. Okay, the thing about Miss Denise, for example, she's too nice now. If you know the past library before,
she's really nice.
Like she's literally letting us use our office right now for this. Yeah, so
I feel like just because people keep on getting on her nerves, you're starting to get on the mean side.
Yeah, because kids nowadays, especially at this school, bro, they're just like, bro, like they're wild. Back then when I was in 7th grade, bro, like we respected the seniors. Like we were not okay. I wouldn't say we bowed down to them, but you know what I mean. Like we were actually like, dude. I would say is like the classes you're taking. I mean, they're basic classes. But how is optioning for next year though? You already optioned and all that?
Optioning, yeah, I've already optioned everything. So mental health, I'm kind of excited for, cause you know, like my main like thing when like I want to go pro soccer, quads, I go to quads, right? But if that doesn't happen and I go D1, I go college. Since I go to one, it's gonna be like a lot easier to go to a college. Like I'll definitely go to like a college for health, cause like that's like my second choice. Yeah. I'm taking German, so I'm not gonna have a study hall first semester.
I mean, Germany, Fairview. So.
Yeah, Fairview.
But about like the health thing, is that what your parents be low-key trying to like make you do? Like go to like a medical school or something? Is that what your dad be saying?
That's definitely my mom, because my mom, she used to be a nurse in Ethiopia, so that's like.
What about your dad? Is he saying anything about like where he wants you to go?
My dad just wants me to have a good life. He just wants me, go college, get a good job, get some good money.
Oh yeah. I know your dad, bro. Hey, he's chill. See, the thing is, like, bro, your dad, like Habesha service, he used to be like the People's Church lead Habesha singer, yeah? Like Zephen Maker. So like, you know Caleb, right? Like Petros.
Yeah.
So like, see, in Caleb's view, it's like, he's like the pastor's son. So I would say like for you, like, you know that, right? His dad, Pastor Peter. So like, would you say that like you kind of had like different expectations from a lot of the parents because like your dad was like, the singer and everybody knew him?
Oh yes, Lord. Everybody had high expectations for me, especially since my dad was really athletic, boxer, stuff like that. Like since like he's preacher, everybody expects me. Do this, do that. Lord, it's like crazy. But now, I mean, I think now they realize that I'm still, kid, still growing up, still realizing stuff. So.
Does he still be doing that for like the other church?
Other church? Nah, we switched back to People's Church.
Oh. But what happened though? Like, dude, back when you guys were going to our church, and then like after COVID or something, that's when you guys went to like that like net church. Like, what happened? Like, because I know it was like your family and like a lot of Habesha families from the People's Church, they moved to the different. Do you know like what happened? Did something happen or?
Asifa.
Yeah.
Like Lael Rona.
Yeah.
Elad. So, like the little incident with like the People Church, the computers and stuff, like the PO. Yeah, that stuff. He wanted to switch because of that. My mom asked me, "Oh, do you want to go People's Church? Do you want to go David's Church?" At the time, I was like best friends with David, right? I mean, I'm friends with David now, but after what happened, it made me want to switch.
Yeah.
I said over there, we went there, and now we're coming back because honestly, the kids over there, they don't take things very seriously. Yeah. Because now I'm realizing, like, I gotta get away from people to get closer to the Lord. You know.
You're tired? Are you just tired of like the other one? Just like too much of like anything bad going on?
Too much over there. Kids, you're just like so immature and unfunny.
Yeah.
Like over there, they still do the gritty. They still think it's funny.
But about like friends, like so. I mean, did you make like a lot of friends though from that church? Or you just stick
Stick with the Habashas.
See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of like, I even noticed this in myself as a Habashah going like that church and then here. Like I low key kind of like limit myself to just not limit completely to Habashah friends, but like I'm more like closer. There's just something about them where I just end up being more closer to them.
Yeah, like you lean closer to them. Why? Because like culturally.
Yeah, like we both know like over like the type of stuff we be going through. I guess. Do you see it kind of like that for you?
Like a lot, like 90, like 80, 70, maybe even 90% of my friends are Habasha. Really.
So what about the ones over here? So like,
these kids, they only take up like 20%. The next.
I be seeing you like, dude, like you're like a lot, like you're like popular in your grade, bro. Like you know a lot of people. About that, how would you like separate and how do you like? Do you find yourself kind of like acting not acting but just like I guess acting different between those two different groups like Habasha and like school friends, church friends, like do you kind of like have different expectations for that?
I'd say yeah, because here people don't really understand how your culture is, how like your parents are, how Habasha like people are in general. They don't really understand like the way we live and the way we do things, right? So let's say we have the niche, so like they come here, right? I'm friends with them. They expect me to do a lot of the stuff, right? Like be funny or something, right? In school with Habashas, if I'm with Habashas, like doing school in school, I'm gonna do my work, talk to them about good things. But with white people, with a different culture, you always gotta put up a show. That's how they want it to be. That's why I'm starting to cut some people off.
But wait about that though. Like when you talk to them, like you gotta show yourself. Like what do you mean by that?
Like make a show for them. Like make them laugh or do something.
I've
do
seen
this,
that.
do that. Yeah.
I've seen that. Also, what about like church friends versus like school friends? Do you see difference in between them?
Big difference. Here, there's a lot of atheists.
Oh yeah.
Too many.
And some getting close to like Satan.
Yes, it's actually scary too.
I know, yeah.
Church friends, you get to talk with them about what religious things, like just life in general. Atheist friends, people that don't believe in a single, not even like, I have some Muslim friends, like they still help me with stuff, right? But like atheist friends, I'm trying to get them to convert, right? Like I want them like to change their ways, change their life, right? That's why like I said again, I'm cutting people off because why? I can't act like religious in front of them.
No, bro, that's what I'm saying, dude. Because a lot of these people, like, I think we were talking about this in like Matios and Josie graduation. Like, bro, a lot of them, like, dude, they just after they graduate and they go to college where it's like like more secular and just like
by yourself, they'll start like.
It's crazy how fast it changes. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so could you see that in this even like in high school throughout here, like sometimes you be catching yourself in moments where it's like when you're hanging out with those type of friends, like you can kind of see yourself like getting away from what God is trying to tell you, probably. Not in the long term, just like at that moment. Like you say all the time.
I'm like not all the time, but like definitely, because like say. Something I've came to realize when I was like small, immature, like I like made fun of people's like disability stuff like that. Now when I hear somebody make fun of somebody's disabilities, I think it's messed up. I think it's like, oh, you can't do that. Like, saying somebody's sped or autistic or have Down syndrome. It's not funny because people actually suffer from that stuff. Like, life from the Bible and then life just like from society, you mix those two things together, you're going to have totally different scenarios. You know how from the Bible, how they got what? Like, you cannot be gay, and then society saying you can be gay, and then now there's churches supporting gay, and there's churches supporting not. Like,
I get what you mean,
it's so like when I hang with those people, I do really feel a difference in like my presence.
That's where like cutting them off has to come into
Yeah.
play. And like, what do you mean cutting off? Like, do you try to just do like completely or just like limiting? I guess.
Depends on how close I am with the person. If I'm like really, really close, like best friends, I'll talk to them about it. I'll still talk to them, but I won't talk to them as much. Like, I'll talk about certain things, but not go to a certain level about something. We're talking about like sports, and then sports somehow leads to disabilities or like medication and stuff. I will not go way beyond like anything like that sets me like down spiritually.
Yeah. But just because like something happened, I guess, do you think that like should you always just try to like cut them off completely or just still try to like hear them out? You know what I'm saying? Like.
No, I always like believe in second chances.
Yeah.
If it's a joke, right? You're taking something too seriously. Like, you know, sometimes when somebody says something and like you take it too seriously and then you realize, oh, maybe it's not that bad, maybe I should just apologize. They're not willing to apologize for something that's their fault for.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm saying I always believe in second chances. Talk about it. Real friendship, they'll always talk about it. Every single time. There is no what ifs. There's only gonna be, oh, if you're gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, and if it doesn't work together, then we're gonna have to part ways. There's no really other choice if you want it.
So, and this is good, yeah. Also about cutting off. This is also when it comes to social media. So I think like recently, I think it was your Snapchat story where you posted, you were just like, hey, like I'm cutting off a lot of people. I'm just taking a break from social media. So like, bro, social media is big. It's like we could talk about it for like hours and hours.
Sure.
But dude, first of all, are you like in like any situation right now like where you're trying to like cut off social media, like for example Snapchat or something? Like, dude, how does that come into play when it comes to like cutting off on people? Like, what do you think about that?
Number one, cyberbullying. If you have Snapchat, some random person adds you, they start making fun of you, or anybody you know starts making fun of you, block them.
Yeah.
Go on with your day.
Especially if you don't even know them. Just like,
Yeah,
just
like,
block them. Yeah.
and plus, like, if you know them, sometimes it's not a bad thing to tell an adult. Because now in society, oh, snitch this, snitch that. They just want something to stop. If it's hurting them mentally, why would they not tell an adult? Because now snitching is causing people to kill themselves, and that's the main problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. And also, like, dude, yeah, about like the snitching thing, like, dude, people overreact, like,
Too much. First off, if you're gonna talk smack about somebody, make fun of them, like talk about their disability or talk about something they can't do, like if somebody's academically smart but can't play sports, or if it's the opposite, you can't make fun of them for that. Sometimes they cannot control it. Sometimes they try, but they just can't. You know. And like you can't talk about somebody if you've never been in their shoes. Two, you've never experienced anything they've been through. Not a single bit.
So have you like? So I don't know if I asked this, but you probably answered. But like, have you like already tried like getting off of social media? Just you personally, like, could you say that like? Do you think that sometimes it'd be wasting a lot of your time?
A lot, yeah. Because I'm trying to cut it off because I realized Like now, every time I cut it off and I come back, my screen time keeps going up and up and up and up and up because I keep on forgetting how it feels, right? The one thing that you guys gotta like, people gotta stop doing, watching social media, getting one sexual tendencies, one like stuff I could not say on camera, and then like taking stuff like, let's say somebody says, oh, you can do this instead of this for something. You got to think about it. You got to talk about your parents if you want to do this or that. But it depends on what it is. If it's like, if it's academically, yeah, you could probably do that. But if it's mentally or physically or like spiritually, you always got to talk to an adult. Always have to. Or at least like pray, talk to God.
Yeah, prayer is the big one. I mean, just like when you don't even give yourself a few minutes, just like talk to God. At least try, or like talking to God with your parents. Sit down, like bro, like you need that. Also, like one thing I hate about us as well is when people like on Snapchat or wherever, when they post on their stories, like just of them like putting out their emotions on their stories and like expecting like sympathy,
yeah,
and like replies back from other people. Dude, I hate that.
Some things I gotta say about people doing that.
Yeah.
If you are struggling mentally, again, don't be afraid to tell an adult.
Yeah.
Get closer with God. Try some things you haven't done before. Try talking with your friends. Do all like, try and change your lifestyle. Because now when you see people when they're depressed, they're spending a lot of times on their phone. Like they're seeing all this like terrible stuff. Like, and lowers their mood, terrible attitude.
Do you be seeing that a lot on your end? Like people on their stories, they just say some random stuff. Like, I guess it's not random to them, but like people trying to gain attention,
like, attract attention.
Yeah.
Try and get sympathy. Like, oh, I'm so sorry for this. I'm so sorry for that. There's really no use in doing that. At the end of the day, when you're out of that situation, like I said again, screen time. Locking yourself out of your phone is a good thing. Because if you don't lock yourself out of your phone and then you keep on doing like saying, oh, I'm so tired of this, that, putting it on your story, talking about it all the time, trying to get attention, that'll come back to you. So when you're doing perfectly fine, it'll come back to you. People are going to start making fun of you. They're going to think it's funny, it's a joke, and then you're going to habits again, over and over and over again.
Also, one big thing, TikTok. Wait, first of all, do you have TikTok?
Yes.
So, obviously, for a lot of people, it's like a big time waster. And I feel like TikTok is like one of the most dangerous apps you can have.
It's very dangerous.
Because just like what can pop up on your FYP, it's like also like a good place for what's it called, propaganda, and
too much propaganda.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, okay, I don't want to go to this part. Let's talk about let's talk about the war, Ethiopia. The Tigray, the Armada, the Abiy Ahmed, all that stuff. I don't want to talk too much about it, but there's so many biased opinions online. Even like I had an assignment like last year, Fairview 6th grade, last year, project, right? We were talking about like news and stuff. We're making like this news broadcast and stuff. I was doing it about Ethiopia, because like that's culturally where I'm from. And so I tell him, oh, like there's a war going on, and he says, oh, didn't something happen? Like, isn't the political leader being bad or something? I could tell just from that, like he was being biased. But now, from the stuff that's going on now, I can tell that it's pretty bad, the stuff that's going on there.
Dude.
And you want to know the funny thing is? They don't even know anything about the war. They don't know anything about it. Yeah. They haven't asked their parents, nothing, haven't seen news. They just know they're from one part. You know what I hate? When you say, oh, I'm Ethiopian, I'm Habasha. Oh, what zone are you from? Are you Tigray, Afar, Amara, Hadia, Gurage, Oromo? All that stuff. Somali. It's nonsense.
I know, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
If somebody, let's say, just because of a war, it doesn't separate us culturally. We're still going to do most of the things the same as each other. Just because of a war going on does not mean we cannot love each other. We cannot show like sympathy. We cannot do like we can't do anything for you. Because let's see, my dad, my parents, they have plenty of friends, different zones everywhere. Even in the middle of the war, they don't care. They're still friends. The war is not taking them away from anything.
Yeah, it doesn't affect them at all. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it affected my dad because his zone.
Family,
yeah.
But like when I like, it's not. It shouldn't affect their friendship because like
It shouldn't, no.
they didn't personally do anything
Yes.
to cause that war.
Yeah,
you know?
no. Crazy. The amount of stuff that's coming up on TikTok. One thing I realized, you know how little kids, how sometimes they're scared of the dark?
Yeah.
Oh, monster under my bed, stuff like that. I'm starting to realize that's all because of the phone. They're watching all this stuff, they scroll, they see one bad thing, boom, they're scared, they're scarred for the rest of their life.
I see that a lot from my little brother as well. When they spend like a lot of time just watching some YouTube phenomenon or YouTube shorts, whatever they see, yeah, it obviously is gonna affect them on their personal life, and that's one way how it's dangerous too. Like when you be scrolling on it, but you don't know like the amount of time passes by, like it feels like after like I don't know 5 videos, it's like 6-7 minutes already just passed. It's just like big time wasted. Probably like the biggest time waster you can like end up falling for, I guess.
If you scroll on TikTok for like, it'll feel like 20 minutes, you're scrolling for like 2 hours, 3 hours. You know something I'm starting to realize about social media? They're gathering all your search history, the stuff you've watched, YouTube, everything. They're putting it on your phone, putting it so you can see it. You can scroll through, see everything. Once you see, you're gonna start wanting to watch more and more and more and more. At the end of the day, it's propaganda. They're gonna get paid for it. You're gonna waste your time. You're gonna waste your life.
Just like I said, whatever you see on TikTok, it can get to a lot of people's minds. I'm looking kind of scared for like this next generation.
I'm very scared for the next generation.
Like I hear a lot of people saying it, but like, dude, it's actually gonna be. Like,
It's actually gonna be scary.
I think our generation's probably gonna be like the last normal.
I wouldn't say normal. I say the last part normal because we still have things that are doing absolutely terrible in our generation.
But like I would say like people see, I was born 2005, right? Everything before that is I guess part of like just like, you know, still normal society. Because when I grew up, like yeah, like dude, I literally see 7-8-year-olds already having phones. I'm like, what? Are you kidding? Like yeah, like 7-8-9-year-olds they already have phone, TikTok on their phone, Snapchat. How? Okay, well, how? Like when did you get your first phone?
First phone. I think I was like 9. It was like tiny little LG phone. Battery.
No, but I'm seeing people having like full-on iPhones.
Yeah, I got my first. I got
self-service.
Yeah, I got my first iPhone because of my diabetes, right?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I really didn't spend that much time on it because it was like iPhone 6, and then I got my iPhone. And then I got the XR, and then I started doing social media, all this stuff. Then I got this, and then I'm realizing how I gotta change my life, turn it around. I'm realizing how technology really affects us as a whole.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I feel like I'm blessed. Like, I didn't have my first phone until I was like 12, and social media, that didn't really start until I was like 13, 14. I guess that's a decent, it's not alright.
That's actually like a really good period.
That's the right time. When you're like 7 and 8, like, no. But, other than that, anything you want to add on?
Hey, watch what you're watching. Bula.
Sorry, Aulik. Yeah. Johnny dumped out. That's it. Nice. I'll see you. Ciao.